On first down, here comes this offense. They'll give it to the back. And the visitors start their day with nothing. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. New set of downs after that completion. He's gonna pass. Catch in the middle, it's Lacy. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The play action fake. Ball in the air, intercepted. Got room on the return. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense, because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Got enough space, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UCF! He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Oh, so close to paying off. The tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They're bringing heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. And the Cardinals are in the hurry-up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires it down the seam. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Relying on that running game as they threaten to pick up a 4 down to the 13. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's got the tight end. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Knights! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Looking to pass, it's Shuck. Working the middle, it's complete. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Cardinals will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Quickly complete. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
He makes the tackle at the 47-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, UCF 14, Louisville 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Caught close to the marker, it's Lacy. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Looking to the big tight end. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open...
He lofts one down the sideline. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing this secondary.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Brown wants to pass. Working that left side now. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Looking to move it through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Hudson. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down. They'll go to the ground. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. The Knights want to crank the tempo. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Makes the grab. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Here's 1st and goal, and they could go to the locker room with a huge cushion. Trying to surge it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, UCF! They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here.
Slips one guy, and now he's loose. All kinds of running room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Brown has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Caught over the middle. It's Lacy. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
When you play zone coverage, everybody drops back. Everybody has eyes on the quarterback. You're not really looking at the wide receivers a lot of times, so they can slip in those little cracks, and the quarterback can really make precise throws. Great job, great play, great throw, great game.
Snagged in the middle. It's Lacy. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. Quarterback got some room, entered to the goal line. And he's out of bounds just short of the goal line, but are they ever in business now?
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Going for 6. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Scanning the field, it's Shuck. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Just one of those mistakes that can't happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, UCF 21, Louisville 8.
I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Fights off a defender.
Well, they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
They'll open the second half with a run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Knights want to pick up the tempo. Wants to fire on second down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own in great field position.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Wants to throw. It's Shuck. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And what a drive this has been so far by the defense. Of course, they're in their own end of the field. They're sort of in that fringe area. They forced 2 straight incompletions. If they could force another one right here, it'd make it really tough on their opponent to kick a field goal.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Looking down the middle. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. They're working that left side. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. The Knights will hustle to the line. Right back to the well. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The back goes in motion. Brown will throw it. Dumps it off in the flats. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground.
And he intercepts it. Takes it the other way. He's inside the 40. The 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown Cardinals. And once he got loose, it was all over. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer.
That makes the score UCF 21, Louisville 15.
They want to try to pull even right now as they're going for the onside kick here in the 3rd. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. first down for this offense. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. And that pass picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 40. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up in great scoring position.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there.
UCF 21, Louisville 15.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Back to throw, it's Shuck. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you're going to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Touchdown Cardinals! Somehow, they got up off the deck. They fought back, and they've tied the game. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the fourth. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now it's up to the defense to put this game on ice with a few minutes left to play. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Oh, the defense moved in there too quickly. You think it's never going to work until it does, and that'll be a first down. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He'll try to do it himself. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. This offense has a second down play. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll go hurry up here. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a crease, it's Harvey. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Let's go.
The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs.
Blue 82 Monster Indy. Check. Blue 22 Strong. White 29.
Out of the gun to give to the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming.
Check, check. Red 54 flex combo. Red 54 flex combo.
They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out.
Touchdown, Knights! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Just couldn't nudge it across for the 2-point conversion. They had hoped to go up by a touchdown, but they're still up by 5 here in the 4th. Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lane, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Bell. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Dropping back, it's Shuck. It's complete to the left. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. He's gonna pass. Moving out of the pocket. Touchdown, Louisville! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. He's got it in the end zone. You had to go for 2 there, and they make it pay off. They're up by 3. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to end it with what is likely the game winner in the final seconds. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the returner goes down. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, UCF.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. They'll throw it on first down. Fires left. And the ball is picked off. Got some room to run. It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game.